Dear children, now I would like to discuss the questions that I had given you. The first question was, what in your opinion is the most beautiful thing in the world? Describe giving reasons. So this answer will vary from individual to individual. For someone, it might be your parent. The most beautiful thing might be your parents. For someone, it might be something else. So it will differ from person to person. However, whatever you write, you have to justify your answers giving proper reasons. Okay? Like I have written, the most beautiful thing in this world for me is nature. Nature is the most beautiful thing for me as it is nature who never criticizes others. It is nature from where we can find peace and serenity. Serenity means calmness within us. It is always changing and thus the birthplace of all colors, ideas, and emotions. You can be as strong like a mountain, as soft as a flower, and as cool as a breeze. It teaches us to be calm, strong, and firm. Thus, it is the most beautiful thing for me. So, it is my definition of the most beautiful thing in the world. It can be different for you also, but children, please justify your answer with proper reason. Now we come to the second question. Why did Ramchand's mother remind him of Chuhu? Here comes the answer, children. Ramchand's mother was concerned about her son's safety. She was always scared that he might hurt himself by coming near the stove. So she made an imaginary story of Chuhu. One day, he constantly kept hovering round his mother despite several reminders. Thus, his mother reminded him of Chuhu. So I think you remember what happened. What happened was one day Ramchand was constantly hovering around his mother who was working on near the stove, and his mother was actually scared that he might hurt himself by the stove. That is why he was told the story of Chuhu. He was reminded about the story of Chuhu who had burned its whiskers by coming near the stove and playing near the stove. Okay, that is the reason actually Ramchand's mother reminded him of Chuhu's story. Third, describe the small room where Ramchand and his family used to live. So here we come to the third answer. Ramchand and his family used to live in a small room which had a tiny adjoining toilet. Adjoining, I told you the meaning, near. One corner of the room was curtained off with an old doubled up red sari of Ramchand's mother that had a pattern of large yellow flowers on it. In the curtained off part, a small drain had been let out and a plastic bucket and mug were placed there. The family used to use this part as the bathroom. So this you have to describe the room in which the Ramchand and his family used to live. Another corner of the room was neatly arranged by utensils, a tiny stove, and some cooking materials. This part was used by Ramchand's mother as the kitchen. So, this is how you will have to describe the room where they lived. The last question, is the story written in present form or past form? Justify your answer. See, the story is written in the past form. It is evident from the first line of the story where the author writes Ramchand had been born 26 years ago. So this line itself indicates that the story had been written, is talking about the past. That means Ramchand now is 26 years or might be more, because at that time when the story is written he was already 5 years of age. Okay, so it was right it now when the story is being written, it is written that he was born 26 years ago. Okay, so it is, yes, it is rightly said born 26 years ago means he is now of 26 years age. Okay,